Are hand cannons more powerful in Destiny 2? As of right now, with the information that I have, I would say they are substantially weaker than they are in Destiny 1. So we're going to go over some numbers, but before we get into that, I want you guys to know that things are subject to change. This is the beta. The weapons themselves are not all in front of us, as in there's going to be different impact hand cannons that are going to be presented to us when the game actually releases, and plus weapon modifications are probably going to play a big role in all that. But based on the 3 hand cannons, Minuet and Better Devils, which is the 2 I'm going over today, I'm not going over the exotic, but that one does still fall into the same archetype as what these 2 legendaries fall under. Based on those hand cannons, I could say without a doubt that they are much weaker. Now, the numbers that we're pulling from this, if you look at something like Better Devils and Minuet, is that their impact is 70. And if you want to know another hand cannon that has an impact of 70, that would be something like Thorn. Or if you take something like, Water Star, for instance, or even Last Word, they have an impact of 68. So they actually have 2 less impact than what Minuet and Better Devils has. Now, these are comparisons I'm drawing from Destiny 1, so let me go ahead and lay out the numbers for you. So if you take something like Last Word actually hits 75 a crit and 50 a body shot at 68 impact, okay? You take something like Minuet and Better Devils, though, they actually hit 61 to 62 a crit and 45 to 46 a body shot, thus resulting in you having to hit in the least 1 crit and 3 body shots for Minuet at a total damage of 196, and Better Devils at 1 crit, 3 bodies at 200 health. And so that is the, and I'm assuming for the most part, I haven't really gone into armor values, but I'm assuming everyone is closely around the 200 health for our Guardians. So in all these situations, there's always like a pro though, right? Despite the cons, despite the fact that the weapons might be hitting less than even things like Water Star, Last Word, and Thorn in our current meta in Destiny 1, despite those things, there's normally like a pro, like the rate of fire is extremely good. Actually, I compare this to the Well with explosive rounds as well, and Better Devils and the Well, both of these weapons seem to almost fire at the same rate of fire, and this is slowed down at 20%, so there's not that much deviation between the two in their rate of fire. So there really is no major or at least blatant pro that I see to any of these weapons in comparison to what we currently have in Destiny 1. But is there something that is there? Is there something, even the smallest of things, that makes these hand cannons better than what we currently have? At least for right now, with the certain selection of hand cannons that we have in PvP, it does not. There really is nothing better there. The only pro that I have seen out of all of these hand cannons is that damage fall off seems to be much less severe in Destiny 2 than it is in Destiny 1. The problem is with that, it almost seems Bloom is in full swing in comparison to what we saw before the buff back in February to hand cannons. If you knew how hand cannons were, Hawkmoon was damn near unusable back then because of how bad Bloom was with our hand cannons. So that is something that I feel like is still taking place even with these hand cannons in Destiny 2, except for not only do they have in my opinion, a bloom factor there that gets a little crazy, especially if you tend to maximize that rate of fire. But it also has a potential to deal much less damage, thus resulting in you having a much longer time to kill. So, are hand cannons better in Destiny 2 than Destiny 1? No, not at all. Are they still viable though? And the answer to that is yes, it is viable, because a multitude of weapons in Destiny 2 so far, at least from the beta, all have a second time to kill or greater, which is more than what we currently had in Destiny 1, where 0.8 seconds, 0.9 seconds was kind of the median, the meat of our time to kill in Destiny 1. So that is the biggest transition so far with hand cannons, especially for me, especially going from the 3 tapping mindset that we had with our various different hand cannons, and then getting into Destiny 2 to see how many of the fights go. And this is not just something that's just with hand cannons. I noticed this with a bunch of different weapons. Most of your engagements in Destiny 2 are much longer. That is why team shot is so important. Now, are all of these changes good things? I'm gonna kind of withhold my opinion. There's just a lot of things I don't want to answer just yet, guys. Just because we haven't seen all of Destiny 2. Until I got the entire game in front of me, sitting with a vault full of weapons, I can't really say. But I will say, based on the beta at least, yes, time to kills have been extended. Significantly so for hand cannons. Team engagements are by far what Bungie is pushing for more than anything. And power weapons are damn powerful, man. They are so powerful. So yeah, that's pretty much hand cannons right there, guys. I wanted to go over it real quick and show you what we were looking at in terms of the hand cannons presented to us in the beta. Again, this is not all of the weapons. We are going to get so many weapons. I feel like there's going to be so many guns in Destiny 2 when it launches, man. And so who's to say we won't be getting guns in front of us, especially when weapon mods come out where we can do all kinds of tweaking and stuff to it to make them even more powerful in Crucible. So guys, that is the video, man. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, slap that like button, man. And of course, share it with anyone that you want to share with, guys. Enjoy the beta as much as you can. And let me know in the comments below what else you want to see in the next video. And as always, guys, I'll catch you all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.